March 11th, 2020, Rudy Gobert returned a positive COVID test just moments before tip-off between the Jazz and the Thunder. It, of course, came 2 days after he touched all of the microphones at his media availability as a joke. Gobert's test result not only set off a chaotic pregame scene in Oklahoma City, but it also set off a chain of events that would shut down the entire sports world for months. It was a shocking moment, and for many, it was the moment that forced the wretched reality to set in. The virus was here, and our lives were about to change. I remember vividly the images of Mark Cuban getting the news that the NBA was suspending the season.
First reaction, we got the shot of you reacting on the phone and seeing it. First reaction and thought when you learned that the season's been suspended.
This is crazy. This can't be true. I mean, it's not within the realm of possibilities. It seemed more like out of a movie than reality.
Confusion reigned. The Raptors had played the Jazz just 2 nights earlier. Were any of them affected or infected? The Jets, Oilers playing on Wednesday night hockey during the intermission. The panel reacted to the news out of the NBA, and it was clear the NHL would be left with no choice either. It was a surreal night. I happened to be off work that week, but by the time Sid opened Thursday's show, virtually every major sports league in the world had announced that they were temporarily shutting down. I didn't step foot in this studio again until last week. But this isn't a woe are we. This isn't a hang our head. There have been enough of that for me. This last year has been a kick in the ass, but it's also been a great reminder to appreciate everything we had and so much that we still have. It's almost as if this shared grief and the weight of the world every single day has put a lot of things into perspective, even wins and losses for some. But while we've been forced to understand that the sports that we love aren't as dire as some make them out to be, just having the games to look forward to, the games to react to again, the games to distract us from how tough it's really been, has been such a welcome slice of normalcy, the kind of peace that comes just as you sit down to get lost in watching a game, a match, a putt, a race. It feels good to be able to look forward to watching your favorites, even if it comes without fans. I've been told there are just 3 things that you need to be truly happy in life. Someone to love, something to do, and something to hope for. Sports. It's amazing how many of those bases you cover for us. And hope is perhaps the greatest one of them all. If you've been around this show and its many iterations, you know how much I love a great crowd. But I'm not sure I even appreciated what you, the fans, can do for a moment, which is why I can't wait till we get back to this. Think about it. What are some of our favorite moments in sports without being in a spot where everybody knows your name? Which is why I will never again take for granted how much more amazing sports are when we hang on every single moment, sometimes waiting years for the payoff.
top, looks at the clock, turns the corner for the win. Got it! Kawhi Leonard with the game winner!
Man, do I miss that. But I've also come to appreciate. I've come to appreciate just how cool it was to enjoy Raptors playoff games in Jurassic Park with my peoples. I don't think I will ever take for granted the chance to see Scott Oak with his people in the streets of Winnipeg or the stadiums of Winnipeg. I'll appreciate Rider Nation, the Red Patch Boys, and maybe even the Cameron Crazies. Man, even more than ever, I hope we all remember to have a little gratitude for the goosebumps we get when the Habs honor a legend. To hold a little more gratitude for getting to celebrate an Olympic gold with the whole bleeping country. And the absolute amazement at 2 million people showing up for a parade. So let's make a promise to each other to never let that gratitude go, to remember the anticipation of just walking to the game with friends or family and 10,000 others, to remember the smile that comes with giving a simple high five with some random at the game or in the bar. Hell, just laying out the game day food after inviting a couple of your friends over to enjoy the match. Or something as simple as being on a bus with a baby and a couple of Irish soccer fans.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the sky so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
It's the immediate smile we all understand. And for many of us, the reason why we fell in love with sports to start. Yes, I miss all of that a lot, but often perspective is expensive. To say this has been a tough year is to massively understate it. But hopefully we can come out of this with a greater appreciation for everything that we've missed and everything that we took for granted. And most of all, for those who sacrificed to get us through it. Vaccines have given us light at the end of the tunnel, even if we can't tell exactly how far away it is. There is hope. Hope that this summer we'll have an Olympic Games, maybe a European Championship, and hope that we can sit in the sun and watch a baseball game with 30,000 of our closest friends. It may be just hope, but after the past year and all the trials and tribulations and loss, maybe being reminded of what matters most to all of us isn't such a bad idea after all. Because as Desmond Tutu once said, hope is being able to see that there is light despite all the darkness.